Welcome guys, so this will be a 6th Lost Caverns of Ixalan quick draft. Let's get it started. Okay, we have a cave called Sunken Citadel as our rare. It's good mana fixing. It is a tap land, so you have to choose a colour when it comes into play. And it can make 2 mana to act, but only usable to activate abilities of land sources, which is interesting. But I am, of course, as ever, I am rare drafting, so we're taking this one. And then where all options are still on the table. See what the best uncommon is here. Self-reflection, yeah, I mean it's good. This is good value because you can use it twice. You can use it from the graveyard if you're self-milling yourself, and it's actually cheaper from the graveyard. But yeah, it's very. If you're not self-milling yourself, it's a very expensive clone, and you can only copy your own creatures as well. I don't think it's that good, really. I've not seen anyone use this yet, really. Gargantuan Leech, 8 mana for a 5/5 lifelink. Costs 1 less for each cave you control, and each cave in your graveyard. 5/5 lifelink is not to be trifled with. We would have to basically take a lot of caves, because 8 mana is a bit too much. And then it's probably reasonable to try and get maybe two caves out. Then it costs 6 for a 5/5 lifelink. I'm not so sure about this one. If you're self-milling yourself, you might get a bunch of caves in your graveyard, and then it might come down to maybe 5 or even 4. But self-mill in draft, when you're going to be tempted to play a larger deck, I think. Yeah, not so iffy on both of these cards. They are self-mill cards, I think. Right, now Saheeli's Lattice. This is enter the battlefield, discard a card and draw 2. You can craft it into a creature. If you craft it with a dinosaur, it becomes *4, where star is equal to the number. The power of the exile cards used to craft it. So you can craft it with multiple dinosaurs in your graveyard. I think that's just it's quite solid. I like the 2 mana discard and draw 2 that you get in red, and it's got extra utility on it. Can make a creature. That's quite good. That's quite playable. Right, Akawalli, the Seething Tower. I hope this is really good. So green, black, 1, 3, 3. That's already quite good. 3/3 for 3, I think, is good. Descend 4. Remind me what Descend does. It's whenever a permanent hits your graveyard, you get kind of a Descend check, and it counts the number of permanents in the graveyard. So if you've got 4 Descend, 4 things in the graveyard, as long as there are 4 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, it's got +2/+2 and trample. So 5/5 trample for 3 mana. So this is looking like a better prospect than the Gargantuan Leech. It's just because it's going to cost 3, and then it gets its bonuses after you've milled stuff. Descend 8. It gets to be 7/7, and it can't be blocked by more than one creature. Okay. So that's interesting. That's the strongest uncommon here, I think. It's a build around card. We'd be looking at playing green black. So self-mill with this, which I've not really tried. So I'm kind of excited to try that out. We'll have a quick look at the commons here. This Goblin has Menace, and it gets bigger when if you descended this turn. He's quite good. I mean, it's a evasion creature for 3. Dinotomaton, Seismic Monstrosaur. I played dinosaurs yesterday. I went 4 and 3, so it was okay. Green-red dinosaur deck. Nothing here actually is amazing, so I think I'll go for this exciting card, Akawalli, the Seething Tower. And see if we can make a green and black deck. Oh, there's actually a really good black card, I think. Chupacabra Echo, Fathomless Descent. So this is going to cement our self-mill deck. Target creature and opponent controls get -X and -X, where X is the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. That's absolutely fantastic. I don't think there's going to be anything better than that. Jade Seedstones is decent. Got Nurturing Bristleback to find a forest, which is okay. So there's maybe a second pick from this pack is going to be useful as well. Yep, Chupacabra Echo. Almost the perfect follow-up, I'd say. So we've got to think about cards that mill stuff. So, Synapse Necromage is a fine 3-drop, I think. So it gives you a bit of value when it dies. Gives you a couple of 1/1s. Now, this is interesting. Zoyowa Lava-Tongue. 2/2 Death Touch. And it's a descend card. If you descended, each opponent may discard a card or sacrifice a permanent. Otherwise, the Lava-Tongue deals 3 damage to the opponent who didn't. That's great. I like that. Do we go 3 colours? Do we go Jund? We've already got a Sunken Citadel to help. It's kind of stupid. It's a 2-drop. We've got to decide we're going to decide if red or green is going to be the splash colour. Black is probably a main colour. That does seem very cool. I think we have to be ambitious and pick it. Fungal Fortitude is good. Actually, Mineshaft Spider that's a sensible pick. That does a bit of self-mill. Decent creature. In the Presence of Ages actually self-mills as well. Let's go for. We'll be ambitious. We'll go for the Lava-Tongue. It's another big descend payoff. Right, Malicious Eclipse. All creatures get -2/-2. Well, our Lava-Tongue has 2 toughness. Our Chupacabra has 2 toughness. This is not our kind of card, I would say. 2/3 of our creatures at the moment are 2 toughness, so no. Ukenbark, the Great Mistake, would be a 4th colour. It would be blue. Vigilance Menace, Descend 8. Can come back from the graveyard. Pretty awesome card, actually. Do we want a 4th colour in the deck, though? Probably not. And I see something good here. I see a Tithing Blade. These have been an absolute menace for me recently, so I might try that. Greedy Freebooter. Some people are using this guy. Turns out he might be pretty good. Spiketail is a bit of swamp cycling. Could be handy. Oh, Screaming Phantom. Flying 2/2 whenever it attacks mill a card. That goes well with the deck. Tithing Blade is just very tempting, though. For a first removal card, or a good... I think that's a good 3-drop, the Screaming Phantom. If we're really lucky, that might still be here in... at the end of the pack. Well, I doubt it, but I'll grab a Tithing Blade. And that crafts with a creature. Yeah. Okay. Yep, Synapse Necromage again, that's a decent 3-drop. The Skullcap Snail. I'd say that's a good 2-drop. I don't see people playing this card at all. But it does strike me as a good 2-drop. Panicked Altasaur's a really good 5-drop. We might be splashing red. So that could be a good choice. That just finishes people off. But I might go for a bit of... I might have a bit of fodder for sacrifice if I have Skullcap Snail. And then I can dip into sacrifice cards. I might not be getting to 5 mana that much. I might go low to the ground. I'll grab a snail and see how that does for me. Mephitic Draft, that's something you want to sacrifice. Just more sacrifice fodder, basically. Okay, this is 2 damage. And then it becomes equipment. So, it's a removal card. The Cartographer's Companion makes a map token, so that helps us hit our land drops, maybe our different colours. But I think removal is probably ahead of that, so I'll take the Idol of the Deep King. Glimpse the Core. You can put a forest into play. We'll get a cave back from the graveyard. Okay. It's not wildly exciting, but I guess it's it's 2 mana and it puts the land directly into play, which actually isn't bad. An extra land drop. Another chance. You may mill 2 cards, then return 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. I think this is the kind of thing we're looking for in terms of self-mill. We've got Ray of Ruin as well as a good removal card. It's 5-drop, 5 mana removal. And the Capybara is a good payoff for Descend. Descend doesn't count non-permanent cards, so that would be a reason why maybe we don't want sorceries and instants that much. And a 5 mana is expensive, so maybe that's a reason why we don't take the Ray of Ruin here. In fact, we're at the moment we've got permanents that do removal. So if we can be disciplined and only take permanents in the deck, we're going to be a stronger Descend deck. Although that said, I'm about to take another chance, which is an instant. But I think that could be the exception. Or I take a Basking Capybara, which becomes a 4/3 for 2. But it is a green card. Okay, let's take another chance. We'll try that out. I think we're going to overlook another Panicked Altasaur, but that's okay. We're not going to rely on 5 drops in this deck. Glowcap Lantern. Exploring dump stuff in the graveyard, actually. So that is not that bad. Fanatical Offering is a sort of sacrifice thing. It is an instant, which we should be aware of, but we might be doing a bit of sacrifice. I think we'll take a Fanatical Offering. Deep Goblin Skulltaker, I think that is the chap. Another decent 3-drop. We're actually, yeah, we're not doing too bad. So I'm managing to fill out the 2 and 3 slots here. You want about 7 2-drops and 6 3-drops usually, so we're sort of halfway there. The other things are not very inspiring, so yeah, Deep Goblin Skulltaker, it's a good late pick. We get some green things here, so this is a 5 mana Discover, 1 mana creature. This also brings something back from the graveyard, which is pretty good for if I'm doing self-mill, but it's also another sorcery, which we're going to try and avoid if possible. So let's take a cheap creature, which we might not play if we're splashing green. Okay, the best thing here is Mineshaft Spider, because that mills 2 cards. That's pretty good. In the Presence of Ages mills, basically, you look at 4, you take 1 and you mill the rest, and it's an instant. So I'd rather have a permanent that mills stuff. Another creature is good. Take the Minecraft Spider. Oh wow, Screaming Phantom made it all the way here. I think it is a good 2-drop, but there's also Rampaging Spiketail, so you can just dump this, and that puts a permanent in the graveyard. So that's pretty good. But I suppose I've used Spiketail before. I know how good it is. I want to try the Screaming Phantom. I've never seen anyone use this. And then that's another 3-drop. That gets us to 5 3-drops. Okay, that's sideboarded. Hey, Mephitic Draft. You draw a card and lose 1 life. Okay, we can play that. That is fine. Just trying to think what I did take at the sacrifice thing. Yeah, you can sacrifice an artifact or creature with Fanatical Offering, so and we're very lucky. We get a black rare here, Queen's Bay Paladin. I did have this once before and I couldn't use it. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, return up to 1 target vampire card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. You lose life equal to its mana value. Do we have any other vampires yet? No, unfortunately, but we'll try. I think black, white are the vampire colours. We'll see if we can get any vampires in black, I suppose. Now there's, yeah, for example, this one is a Vampire Knight. Diamond Pickaxe. Yeah, makes treasure tokens. I think I would avoid that, to be honest. I mean, it's quite good. It is quite good, but it says to me, low to the ground, aggro, and it can give a bit of ramp. I don't think it's maybe that. It's not that good when we're trying to play 3 colours, I think. Well, I mean, it's making treasure tokens, but I think I'd prefer Sunbird Standard. So that could be a 3/3 Flying Haster. This might be the deck for Sunbird Standard, I think. Wait a second. There is a Join the Dead here. That's a bit too good to ignore, I think. Yeah, we have to take Join the Dead, I think. It's a really good removal spell. Okay, just taking a short break. Oh, there's another Join the Dead there. I think we've probably taken that, to be honest. Right. Okay, I'm back from a little break. So, yeah, I just spotted this Join the Dead here. I will look at the rest of the pack, see if there's anything great. Oh yeah, Zoyowa's Justice is that's kind of a discover card. You can use it as a removal. You can use it on your own stuff. Glimpse the Core we saw already. That's a nice little ramp card. Brontodon's a good creature. Yeah, the Ultec Cloud Guard is probably the best common creature in the set. Obviously, we're not going to go for another colour. The Pathfinding Axture is not a bad creature. I guess it explores. It could give you an extra land when you play it, or be a 5/4. Not bad, but Join the Dead, best card here. I'm still thinking about this Queen's Bay Paladin. I think we probably end up cutting this from the deck, because it is, at the end of the day, it's a 5 mana 5/4. And we probably won't have any vampires, because we're not black-white. There is this Vampire Cleric. I don't think his ability is that inspiring. You have to sacrifice something just to do a 1-point drain life. It's not great, really. However, what excites me is another Deep Goblin Skulltaker. So it's an evasion creature that potentially grows. That's pretty sick. Fanatical Offering again. Good card. Another Skullcap Snail. That's also a good card. And the thing is, we do need more 2-drops than 3-drops. I'll actually just check. Are there any 3-drops here I could cut? We probably don't need to play Idol of the Deep King. It's an okay removal card, but it doesn't go with... Yeah, it's a removal card. It could be cut, because 2 damage doesn't really do a lot. It can take out an annoying flyer sometimes. Another chance we could cut as well. Honestly, we don't want too many instants and sorceries in the deck. If we can get permanents like the Spider that mill and the Phantom, that's preferential. So those are probably the 2 I'd cut. So then we're down to 5. So there, that means I'm justified taking a Deep Goblin Skulltaker, I think. So that's what I'm going to do. So I think these guys are winners. These are threats your opponent's going to have to deal with. Fungal Fortitude. It's an alright combat trick thing. But there's another Mineshaft Spider, and there's a Captivating Cave. Okay, difficult choice. I think we've got to take mana fixing wherever we can, even though this is kind of a... you have to pay the mana fixing tax here. You've got to pay 1 extra mana. I think we got to take that. I really want to pick that Spider, but we've got to take mana fixing where we can. Calamitous Cave in. No, we don't have a high toughness strategy here. This is damage to everything. Volatile Fort is another cave. I sort of was slagging off this card in the last draft, but it is another cave, and you can always tap it for colourless mana. Someone even used this on me which it was advantageous for them, I think, at the end of the day. Right. We do have removal. There's another idol here. There's a runaway boulder, but there's also Screaming Phantom. But we do still need 2 drops. We're on 5. What's the Echo of Dusk like? 2/2. Oh, it becomes a 3/3 lifelink. Yes, and that happens to be a vampire. If we want to keep our Queensbay Paladin. Actually a really good 2-drop. More of those, please. Actually, yeah, there is another one. Now, but we've got Stinging Cave Crawler. Another good 3-drop. Our 3 drops are a little bit over subscribed, let's say. We have 6 decent ones, I would say. What would we drop of these? Yeah, we like our removal spell there. So this can give you card advantage. You can, when it attacks, you can draw a card and lose 1 life, which is pretty darn good. On the other hand, we can just get another really good 2-drop, the Echo of Dusk. Oh no, oh no, there is another Join the Dead. Just to put the cat amongst the pigeons. Poison Dart Frog, another good 2-drop. I think if it's offering you up really good removal cards, I think you've got to take them, haven't you? We've got to take our 3rd Join the Dead, I think. Does that mean we're on 7 3-drops? I think we can get away with 7. Zoyowa's Justice, another Deep Goblin, Skulltaker, another Fanatical Offering. Wow. Maybe can we get away with 8 3-drops? I say we can, because we're probably not playing that many 4 and 5 and 6 drops. So, yeah, I say we take another Deep Goblin. We just need some 2-drops. So, Deathcap Marionette. Oh, and you can mill 2. Ah, perfect. Absolutely superb. Right. There is this 3-drop again. That's just not going to get a look in, I think. Hidden Necropolis. But yeah, Deathcap Marionette is fantastic. And it's looking like, I think, at this point, we can cut the Seeker of Sunlight. We're splashing green if we're playing green at all. Well, yeah, we're definitely playing green. We want Akawalli to do its stuff. And Mineshaft Spider is very splashable, I think. Don't know about, well, the Lava-Tongue, I think, yeah, we're probably not going to play it on curve, but it is just pretty darn good. I think we still play that. We're looking for 5 more cards because we've got two lands here. So there's Sunbird Standard here. That's going to help our mana fixing. Basking Capybara is a great 2-drop. It is green, which is iffy for us, but we might say green will be our 2nd colour. There is literally nothing. Yeah, sideboard that. So it's the Vampire or another Fanatical Offering. I think I would take a Fanatical Offering. That seems good. Fungal Fortitude is pretty good. 2nd Mineshaft Spider, I think, is better. Volatile Fall. Well, that's an extra cave if we have some cave synergies. And there's a Fungal Fortitude again. Okay. Sure, we'll take that one. And then we're actually on... yeah, we actually still need 1 more card for the deck. Deeproot Pilgrimage is the rare we're going to draft. And then we're going to look. We got, okay, Chupacabra Echo again. There's also Bitter Triumph, which is another good removal spell. But this is a permanent that can do removal. So that outranks it, I would say. We'll have a look at the bottom things here. Yeah, Chupacabra Echo is clearly what we're going to do here. We have ended up with four drops now. Deathcap Marionette jumps out at me there. There's also a Basking Capybara, but I think we'd like to cut this Capybara so we can just be kind of mono black almost. Take another Marionette. I think we're going to think about cutting cards now. I'm thinking cut the Fungal Fortitude though. Because I don't really, it is a permanent though. It's playable. But I'm going to cut it. I've got a Captivating Cave down here. I think that's going to help us a lot. Because now we actually have a full deck, and we've got a mana curve here. I call that a mana curve. That's fine. Yes, there's another Capybara. There's a Sunfire Torch. But yeah, we take the land. Land's just improved the deck now. Okay, we could do Poison Dart Frog, but it's mana fixing in the splash color, which doesn't really work, right? It's like we want to keep green as a potential splash. There's a green removal spell here. Better off just with another Deathcap Marionette. It's just throwing these at us, so I think we'll keep taking these. Very good for the deck. Yeah, this leech is cave synergy. We've actually now got 4 caves, but I still don't really want to play it. Echo of Dusk. I'd much rather play an Echo of Dusk, to be honest. There's Skullcap Snail. I'd say the Skullcap Snail is kind of a filler card. I think Echo of Dusk is much better. There's another spider there. I think I've got enough spiders. I think Echo of Dusk is where you want to be. This is a 4-mana vampire. There's Greedy Freebooter as a 1-drop. Depends. Are we going the sacrifice route with Fanatical Offering? I think we'll think about that. Yeah, let's take a Freebooter. We've got actually plenty of cards now. Cavernous Maw. Probably never. Yeah, only if I'd say pick that only if you are going for cave synergy. If you've got a lot of caves, you can maybe make that into a creature you need. Number of other caves you control plus cave cards in graveyard is 3 or greater. Yeah, very unlikely to activate that. It's the Compass Gnome for 2. You can put a card on top, and there's another chance. Okay, you can search for a cave card as well. Compass Gnome might be good. Another chance we actually have in the sideboard. So I'd grab a Compass Gnome here. Visage of Dread. Okay, you can choose and discard artifact or creature, and it becomes a monster. 5/4 menace. I like that. That seems good. I think we might play that. That's a fun card. I have not seen anyone play it, and it's, you know, 2-drop. They've probably got an artifact or a creature in their hand on turn 2. The Mycoid, yeah, makes fungus creatures. Sure. The Capybara. Got the Acolyte. I think that just gets... we're definitely not playing Acolyte, honestly. We get a Gargantuan Leech. I don't think we're playing it. We got 4 caves. We got self-mill. Maybe we go up. We could probably go up to 50 cards with this deck, and then maybe we that's one of the filler cards we put in. The way you add cards, try and add 3 cards, or rather add 2 land for every 3 cards you add. So if we add 10 more cards, we're going to add 4 of them need to be land. That's what I'm thinking. We could cut it down to... I think we can cut this down to 47 cards. So I don't think there's any need... I don't think the Capybara... The payoff for the Capybara is not that great. So it's a 4/3 creature under certain circumstances. But the Lava-Tongue kind of does direct damage, so that's... and it's Death Touch. So I think we can cut the Capybara. I think we can probably cut the any extraneous sort of spells. If we cut the sacrifice part of the deck, which would be Mephitic Draft is a fodder card, Fanatical Offering is the sacrifice card. Greedy Freebooter would be a sort of fodder card for that as well, which we don't really need. And Queen's Bay Paladin, we've got a couple of other vampires. Yeah. Potentially it can bring my 2-drop vampire back. The Echo of Dusk. Is it a good enough reason to play a Queen's Bay Paladin? Or do we prefer a Broodrage Mycoid? I think I'd probably cut the Queen Bay Paladin. I don't think we're very likely to draw one of the other vampires. I'll just have a look through and see if there's anything I desperately need to have in the deck. Not really. Let's put 4 forests in the deck. I might not play Volatile Fault, to be honest, because it's another colourless land. So this is what the 40 card version would look like, I think. And I'm just thinking, what 6 cards would we add? The Capybaras could come back in, maybe the Leech, that'd be 3. And then we could go ham on the sort of self-mill. We could have another chance. And maybe we go for the Fanatical Offerings as well. But yeah, that's a good first pass at a deck, I think. And that's the mana curve. Yeah, not a bad number of creatures, 18 creatures, and we've still got a good amount of removal. 3 Join the Deads, and a Tithing Blade. and 2 Chupacabras. Yeah. Okay, I think I'll call that end of part 1. Thanks for watching so far. And I'm back. So I don't think I made too many changes to the deck, so we're just splashing green, splashing red just for 1 card. I've gone 2 mountains, 4 forests. I thought I should have a second mountain just because I am doing self-mill. It's quite, you can imagine you might mill your only mountain. I mean, we've got also lands which make mana of any colour as well, but still, I think a couple of mountains is a good idea. I think 11 swamps seems probably about right. It's a 50 card deck, so it's like playing 8 or 9 swamps, 8.5 swamps in a 40 card deck. So with any luck, we should be hitting our land. We've got card draw as well in the deck. We've got a Compass Gnome. We've got a couple of Fanatical Offerings. So I think hopefully this should work. We've got one for Greedy Freebooter as well, which can give us a treasure if we sacrifice it. We'll see how we go. Anyway, I'm excited for this deck. I think it's interesting. So we'll see how we do. It's the first self-mill deck I've attempted in Lost Caverns of Ixalan. So, well, sort of first dedicated self-mill deck where that's really the main mechanic I'm interested in. And I think the first 50 card deck I've gone for. Obviously running a few more cards. Oh, well, that's nice. Look, 1 of each colour. Perfect. We do have a double black card we can't cast to join the dead. But 1 drop and a couple of 3 drops. I think that's fine. So obviously the land could not be better. We find a 2 drop. That's nice. That's the one where they have to lose an artifact or creature. So good chance that we should find a target, really. Oh no! Deep Cavern Bat. That's annoying. You can just take away my my hand removal card. You might get rid of your Join the Dead though. But yeah, Visage of Dread would be the best thing to get rid of, because by the time I get it back, he might have cast all his creatures. He did, yeah. Smart move. We actually drew both mountains we have in the deck, which is interesting. And we don't have a turn 2 play as well, so yeah, that's worked out very well for him. The beauty, I suppose, of going first, you get your hand removal card off first. Fanatical Offering is a fantastic draw. I didn't even think about what this was. Canonized in Blood. If you descend, you can pump up creatures. Okay. It happens at the end step. I'll play a Screaming Phantom, so he won't want to attack, or he'll want to use a removal spell. So this is black-blue self-mill. How many cards has he got in his deck? 28. Okay. Yeah, that's a 40 card deck then. All right, he got to do that. He got to bump up his bat. I am thinking about holding up mana for Fanatical Offering. That is the hold up here. How about I swing with a Screaming Phantasm and see if he wants to trade off. It's a shame. That would have been a good card to draw. Always, this is the thing with self-mill. So that Descent card is highlighted. So the Skulltaker should get a token, right? Just noticed how that little pickaxe highlighted whilst it was in my hand. So that's dead. Okay, he's got his pickaxes highlighted. Okay, 2 death touch things. And that has lifelink, by the way. I never noticed that before. Another forest, wow. That's 3. We've got both mountains and 3 of our 4 forests. But we can't find the second swamp. We'll play our second mountain there. We could use this, we could hold this up. Or we could just sacrifice the freebooter now. Yeah, and I've just... Okay, it doesn't matter actually. But I'm going to do this now, sacrifice the freebooter, and just see if there's something I can do this turn. Oh, I want that. I want that swamp, please. Then I want... Oh, I'll draw 2 swamps. Okay. Anyway, we have activated that. That's going to get bigger. We won't attack. We'll end the turn. The Goblin gets bigger. See if he's got removal for it. I expect he does. And... Right, everything's got Death Touch. He's swinging for 5. But I'm going to kill his lifelinker next turn. I think I do not block at this point. Doesn't have Descend 4 yet. Let's see. It's a lot of damage. He might have a counter spell in his hand. One card left. It's not going to be a creature or an artifact, I think. Just thinking, if I do kill this creature... okay, do I want to... He knows I've got Join the Dead. His last card might be the counter spell. However, it is instant speed. I could cast it on his upkeep phase. Then he can't do anything to follow up. Okay, upkeep phase. I think we'll do it. Obviously, we're not blocking with the Goblin. We want to play this. Okay, yeah, we do want to play this. We'll see if he counterspells this. this on the Goblin. Draw land off the top. Okay. We are going to go to combat and attack with this guy for 4. He doesn't get to grow. I will end the turn there, and then join the dead on Deep Cavern Bat in upkeep phase and see if he has the counterspell. Unfortunately, I have drawn 9 land, which is not ideal. And he's getting card draw off the Cave Crawler now, which is not ideal. Oh dear. Well, he gets a huge creature, and I don't have my Death Touches. Okay. I called for the Death Toucher and it turned up. That's pretty handy. Deathcap Marionette. Let's mill 2 cards off the top as well. Take action. 2 more swamps off the top. I think we might as well play the Visage of Dread, even though it's going to be useless now for removing any cards from his hand. Oh, it is an artifact I can get rid of. Well, it did something. Nice. So this one is 5/5. Okay, obviously that guy can block that. That obviously will die. That's got Menace, so it'll trade with a Deathcap Marionette. I think no attacks. No attacks, definitely. That gets to be 5/5. It's all down to what he top decks. We can do this next turn, get a 5/4 Menace as well, I think. We just need 2 creatures in here, which we have. Okay, Cave Crawler attacks, and so this gets to be pretty menacing, but it doesn't have. It's got trample. Tell you what, we could trade with the Marionette. That's what I'm thinking. Marionette trades. Yeah, it has Fungal Fortitude, of course. Okay. That's what he top decks. Comes back without a token, I suppose. And that's going to get bigger, of course, right. Sunken Citadel. Okay, I think we use the Visage of Dread here. Exile 2 creatures. What are we less likely to bring back? Freebooter. And maybe actually the Phantom. Unless I need a flying blocker at some point. Yeah. That does unfortunately take things out of the graveyard, which I hadn't really thought about. But I mill 2 cards. Let's play that for well, I need black mana, but let's. No, let's make it black. Okay. It's now 6-6. So I've got a bit of a race going on. Keep Cavern Bat again. So I think Dread Osiosaur has to take one for the team here. Because this one can potentially get bigger, this can get bigger. This is stuck being a 5-4. Another Fungal Fortitude at the perfect time. Let's see. We trade off. Alright. And that's going to get bigger and bigger. We can pump the bat, of course, if he wants. Mineshaft Spider can mill 2. And block flyers, which is very handy. Okay, that gets to 7-7. So that's nice. Can't be blocked by more than one creature. I will play a Swamp as well and say no attacks. I think this first game is a pretty interesting one. Got a couple of 7-7s, but we still can't get through. But he's had a lovely bit of card advantage from the Cave Crawler. Okay, Tithing Blade, bit of a problem. I think we've got to keep the big creatures, so we have to lose the spider. And you get something else ridiculous, so that gets indestructible, and we have to chump block with one of these guys. So I guess the 7-7. So he's just been drawing bombs off the top. Really hasn't he? Removal card and a thing that basically means I have to chump block with a 7-7. Otherwise I die. Sure. We'll lose that one. Deep Goblin can still get bigger. How big can we get a Deep Goblin? Well, we're just going to draw another land. So that's great. We just end up chump blocking with 7-7 creatures. But there you go. That's how Magic is sometimes. We lost our Zoyowa Lava-Tongue there with the mill, as you expect to do. But let's see. That is 9 damage. I will technically get to live for another turn if I chump block again. But yeah, I had an opportunity to get a Cave Crawler, but I went for. I think I needed another 2-drop. I felt so. That's what I went for. But obviously that's been the decisive factor. That and the turn 2 Deep Cavern Bat, getting rid of my hand removal. This is always nice. When you're on the draw, just getting completely murdered by just going the fact that you've gone second. I've had 11 land as well, compared to looks like 8 land. Let's see, I think he's milled 1 off the top there. Okay, we've got another Deathcap Marionette. Let's see what we can mill off the top. There's not much that actually does stuff from the graveyard, I think. That's the only thing. and that'll do it. So, yep. Going second and drawing too many lands, I think. Just, well, my opponent top decking as well was a big factor there. Just some pretty unplayable stuff to come up against. Well, the good news here actually, chosen colour can be green, and then this could be red later on if we need red. And that covers everything. We do need to hit land number 4 at some point. Otherwise we're not doing much. Okay, there's land number 4, and it's a mountain as well. Nice. So that is a rare. And this can just keep bringing artifacts back from the graveyard. That's quite scary. Okay. And we'll have a Screaming Phantom. Okay, Vanguard of the Rose. And is that another rare? Throne of the Grim Captain. Craft with a dinosaur, merfolk, pirate and vampire. You get the Grim Captain. Let's see if he can do it. He has a vampire knight. Okay, I think we'll do the Broodrage Mycoid here. Mill 2. Okay, how many cards has he got? 28. So he's playing a strict 40 card deck. And we did put a permanent in there, so we get a fungus. He's not attacking. Gets 5 land. I think. Right, we could attack with a Mycoid, but I think we won't. We'll do fungus and phantom. Cosmian Blast, fair enough. Biggest thing we've got is Mineshaft Spider, so let's go for that. Let's see, so he's putting a bunch of stuff in here, and he can bring the artifacts back, of course, which is pretty exciting. Let's mill 2. Got a, that was a Chupacabra that went in, which we can bring back because we've drawn another chance. Okay, this gets a land and 2 life for him. think I just attack with a spider. Keep the Mycoid back. Another chance lets me mill 2. I can get these 2 back though. Gets me another creature. Or I can just play 2 Echoes of Dusk to kind of finish quicker. We'll see if he's got a Wrath of God or something. That would be pretty typical, but... let's see, 9, 13, 15 damage. Yeah, he concedes there. Fair enough. Yeah, he had a couple of interesting rares there, but couldn't get them going. Just quite a mana intensive strategy, I think. So we're off the mark with this one. Okay, 2-drop into 3-drop. We've got one of our splash colours. Looks okay. It's good to actually draw another chance instead of just because you're worried you're going to mill it off the top most of the time. So yeah, he mulliganed. So artifact and swing. Let's see. Captain Storm. This gets bigger and bigger. I'm thinking about the Acolyte first, actually. Okay, 2 damage on the Echo of Dusk, and that becomes a 3/3. Okay. Yeah, and either of them can become 3/3. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty simple. Just block that. The Chupacabra Echo only does -1/-1 at the moment. It's a 3/2. We'll go for a deep Goblin, Skulltaker. But that's kind of the perfect start for red-blue, isn't it? Getting Captain Storm on turn 2, artifact on turn 3 that kills one of my things. Okay, another artifact, so he's going to keep pumping up this Goblin, I guess. So it's a similar strategy to mine. He's got his going sort of on turn 3. Can't even trade it off with 2 creatures, so I take 4. I think we'll Echo of Dusk. That is instant speed. I may as well do that in his turn. Or will I? No. beginning of your end step. So I might be able to pump the Skulltaker here. I should be able to. Let's see. Okay, take action, mill 2 cards. Shame, I only got 1 creature back. That gets pumped to 3/3. Two opponents in the graveyard currently. What's the worst case scenario? He instantly kills one of my things. I think we will just take that on the chin if that happens. So we can't just take 4 damage every turn. Okay, over to my turn. Now, I could be holding up counter magic, that's the other really annoying thing. I might bait out the counter magic with an Echo of Dusk. Right, okay. I'll do a Chupacabra, what the hell. Let's see what happens. Counter spell. Okay, nice. You had the counter spell. Okay, let's attack with a 3/3 lifelink. So at least we're both on 17 now. Sunfire Torch. That gets popped up. I mean, his name's Nope Nope, so that should be a clue that he's in counter magic, I suppose. Okay, 2 damage. Who's going to take 2 damage? Well, he has to sacrifice it. Discarding a little. So he's got to top deck something. Yeah, I just block without killing it because I want to go in with my 2 3/3 lifelinkers, I think. This thing, you can equip it to give +2 power. Let me get this straight. Captivating Cave. I can use that and make a 5/5 lifelinker. We'll just hope he hasn't top decked a bounce spell or something. Oh yeah, he's got to craft it, right? He's crafting it with that. Okay, because he didn't have anything in the graveyard. Okay, right, I see, yeah, that comes into play. That gets equipped there. So he's got, so that's a 4/4. Okay. Visage of Dread we could do, see if he has an artifact in hand. I think we just keep up the attack. Do we have 2 creatures in the graveyard? Yes, we can potentially position our creature. Okay, and we'll block there. Oh, first strike, there you go. Off the top of the deck as well. Lovely little combat trick. Pumps his captain as well, but I suppose you want everything that can possibly give you artifacts. We'll see if he's got another one in hand. That would be, well, yeah, let's Visage of Dread to check that before we attack. Here's a land. Okay, good. You need 6 to do that. Oh, you're going to finally trade this thing off. No. Okay. But he is swinging for 9 potentially here. It's a nice little card letting him discard and draw every turn. So he desperately wants to find another combat trick. Oh, well, that gets him to 6/6. So that's him sorted. He's got the bigger creature now. But he did buy me some life points, at least. Let's see, and that begets to that can trade off, you see, as well. If I draw the removal spell. Queen's Bay Paladin actually hits something, so I can get the Echo of Dusk back, which is pretty cool. Costs me 2 life points, I think. Untapped as well. Not bad. Yeah, it doesn't get menace or anything, but okay, he's got a gets to pump again. Just wondering when I'm going to get 10 permanents in the graveyard. Then my removal spell does -10, -10, but he might be 11/11 by then. Okay, he's going to build up a big flyer now to try and kill me that way. That's fair enough. And yeah. Oh god, what's that do? Ah, right. Okay, something dies basically. 5 land, so yeah, you can kill my 5/5 lifelink. Fanatical Offering, okay. I suggest we do that in response to his removal spell. He's hardly going to expect me to have top decked a good response to his spell. Yeah, I will sacrifice it. Oh, nice. And we've got Join the Dead. And we're going to kill that Captain Storm. Because he can't... Is there a 2-mana counter spell? I don't think there is. Resolve. Cool. Okay, no counterspell. Very good news indeed. It's descend 4 you need, and then you can do -10, -10. It's not descend 10. Okay, that's gonna end the game nice and quick for him. Down to 17. And the nasty little surprise is... the dead. Okay, I'm thinking... Yeah, the life linker wants another point of toughness, so let's do that on the life linker. Fungal Fortitude off on the top of the deck. I think that's a good card to have. But I could have it hit the graveyard. He knows about it, so it's less useful. We'll have a Deep Goblin Skulltaker as well. And I will attack like this. Bring that back for 2 life points. Block that one. Fair enough. And end the turn. Yeah, a very nice counter spell there on my Chupacabra. Haven't killed anything yet with the Chupacabra. But I live in hope. Quite a good contest there with his early growing pirate threat. I think Lannery Storm. Isn't that nice? Get a mountain, one of the 2 mountains in the deck, and I can actually play the Lava-Tongue on curve. Unbelievable. Rest of the hand, 4-drop, 5-drop. Just have to hope we draw some land. Keep. Throw him off a little. We'll play a mountain first. Sure, it does absolutely nothing. Oh, Sunken Citadel. Great, so that can cover us for green. I'll play the Lava-Tongue. Hopefully it lives a turn. No. Maybe. I'm not sure. So and that's our 4th land, of course, so that's pretty crucial. We're gonna choose green. We're gonna mill 2 cards with that, but I think we're gonna attack first. And we'll do Deathcap Marionette. Mill 2 cards. Triggers the descent on the Lava-Tongue, so he has to take 3 damage. Pretty awesome. So a couple of creatures went in there. So that could explore and get to 2/2. There's a 3/3. Okay. Gains the 3 life back, of course, right. Because he's revealed an Earthshaker Dreadmaw. No, I don't think I want to take that trade. Okay, I'll take 1. Play the Broodrage Mycoid. I think I just attack with both, honestly. And he probably trades with the Lava-Tongue. Makes sense. We do have a vampire in the graveyard. Amazing. Queensbay Paladin is having a great run in this draft. Oh god, you got one of those. Disgusting. 6/6 for 3 mana. Right, well. I'm going to Queensbay Paladin, I think, and keep the Death Touch on defense. Right, so I've got to try to not cast spells in his turn. So it only does -5/-5 for the Join the Dead, not enough to kill his horrible thing. So we'll try a Deathcap Marionette first. Get 2 permanents. Yes, we do. So that has Descent. Now we can kill his 6/6. Pretty sure. And then, does green have protection? He might do. But I'm going to take the risk and go for Join the Dead. Good. Okay, that's pretty good, right? We don't have another vampire in here, but I think we're okay losing the Paladin for the Scythe Claw. I'm just going to attack like that. He might want to trade with a Mycoid. Ancestors to get that back. Then he discovers 4. Right, yeah, discard, draw 2 cards. Okay, nice. The deck is working. So that's 3 wins, so it's always a relief. It's sort of guaranteed at least 50-50 with this deck. We see it's a very heavy removal hand. 3 removal spells. Okay. My opponent is going to love this. Got one of our splash colours. We're not the most aggressive, not the most aggressive hand in the world, though. Okay, that's a vehicle that kind of gets around certain things. What's the crew? It's crew 1. I'll play an Acolyte. Probably going to get crewed and hit me. And the creature that crewed it explores. Awkward Wrestler. Okay. Proves that. That explores. He has a white spell in the deck. I will block. Okay, so he's got 2 mana. I'll go ahead and Tithing Blade. Play a Freebooter. I think I stay on defense, honestly. I don't think it's worth swinging for 1 damage. Oaken Siren. Now, interesting thing is, do I want to... No, I think I kill the crew. Do not target the vehicle. Cosmian Blast. Yeah, he is still looking for that. Oh no, no, don't do that. I was trying to block. Yes, that always gets me. Glad you can reverse that. Okay, so I think this crafts with a creature. Yeah. I'm going to have that join the dead. And end the turn. He's found white mana. He's got his All-Tech Cloud Guard. On top. Is he going to keep that on top? No. Can we block? I mean, this guy's blocked 9 damage, so 4 toughness creatures. It's seem to be pretty good. Right. I could now I could sacrifice my Freebooter here. Get a treasure token and scry for 1. A Deep Goblin Skulltaker is on top. Okay. Cool. We have 6 mana. Join the dead on that one. Play the Skulltaker. Doesn't get to grow this turn, but never mind. Aha, Waylaying Pirates. Now he can get through with his damage. That gets pumped up. So it is looking like probably should have killed this schooner, really, because he has an unending amount of creatures. What I can do is Tithing Blade now. Greedy Freebooter, please. Oh, I could have attacked. Could have attacked. He had menace. My mistake. So, I mean, this is an impressive rollout of creatures. So, he had the vehicle. I decided to target his creatures. We've killed 3 of them. But he's got 3 more. He's made another one as well. He's got a 2/2 there. I think we'll take 8 because we might grow this to 3/3. Okay, we've drawn our 3rd Join the Dead. Yeah, I think by now we just have to kill the... It's quite clear, just kill the damn vehicle. Another Whaling Pirates. It's a good draw. Top 20 cards. How many creatures? 3 there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 creature cards. Meanwhile, I've had how many creature cards? I think 3. I exiled 1. It's not like this deck is light on creatures, it's just got a lot of removal cards. Well, I drew all 4 removal cards, I suppose. Can we afford to take 5, 6, 7, 8 damage? Can we wait for this Skulltaker to grow up and trade with things? So I think whatever happens, we are just totally dead next turn, unfortunately. But I'm not dead this turn. Let's see. Yeah, 8 damage. I just won't block that. I do have 1 more life from this. I'm on 4 life. Okay, good game. I just drew another swamp. But it's that Alltech Cloud Guard. Probably the difference there, leaving the gnome behind. So I'm going to take that trade now. So yeah, bunch of damage gets through and I die. So the difference there, about half his cards were creatures. No, I'm very sad about that. Whereas something like 1 in 5 of my cards were creatures. But I mean, the removal kind of is at least it's removing a creature. think I just had a couple, also had a couple more land than he did, I would guess. But he had, of course, he had the struggle to find plains as well, but it wasn't a big deal for him. I think there's quite a bit of exploring going as well, as well, which helped him get to the next crew member. Basically, he could get rid of like irrelevant stuff off the top. Okay, this looks good actually, doesn't it? Because we've got Sunken Citadel can be green. Yeah, we've got all our mana. Oh, that's a good one to start. Okay, that's going to be green. See if he follows up with another creature. He does. And he can pump that to 2, and that can beat up the Tithing Blade. That's annoying. Right, so I think my only hope here, and it's a very vague hope, that he goes in with both and trades off the Aspirant. I'm just thinking, do I need a Compass Gnome to find a land? No, I've got... Yeah, so this is extraneous, really, this gnome. I will decline that opportunity. So we need him to blank on turn 3, and I need to trade there. No more creature, please. Oh, you get to scry with that. Oh no. Well, never mind. The problem with the Tithing Blade, it is a double striker, so that is a bit of a pain. So that's 2 damage a turn. I think we just Tithing Blade now. And hopefully he kills the flyer, but I don't think he will. Now we don't have a vampire in the... Oh no! 3-1. Ow! He's got haste as well. He's got 2 creatures this turn. My god. Okay, Chupacabra Echo. Let's play a Captivating Cave. That is literally killing, yeah, 1 thing. Okay. I think the Marionette has got to trade with the Gnome. And then hopefully the Chupacabra can kill a flyer. Hopefully the... Yeah, I think that's how it's got to... That's what's got to happen. Let's tap that like that, please. Damn. Okay. Yeah. He knows what I'm up to there. But the mill effect has done the job for the Chupacabra there. Didn't get a vampire in there, but we'll try and kill that bat. Very nasty turn 1 creature when he can pump it up. Okay, Queen's Bay Paladin and a Greedy Freebooter. So these are both good blockers on the ground, I think. Just go in and attack, honestly. probably ought to activate that Tithing Blade. That's if that can counteract the 1 damage coming in currently. That's going to be 5, and I craft with one of these. Oh no, okay, that seriously messes things up, and that's gives it haste, so yeah, that's 4 damage. Well, yeah. Nothing I've got has got lifelink, unfortunately. Have 2 captivating caves. Well, yeah, early flyers and pump creatures. Everything was a creature. So Tithing Blade was pretty bad this game. Well, it traded with a 2-drop, didn't it? A 3-drop actually. Technically, it's still good. Most damage we can do is 8, 9, 10, 12. He doesn't know what my last card in hand is, mind you. Let's go in with a freebooter. Let's keep that back actually. Let's go in with these 2 creatures and see what it does. You never know. Nothing. Do that. But yeah, it's just perfect, really Boros aggro rollout with flyers. And another haster, great, love it, love to see it. So, kill the 4-2, chump block the 2-2, and we still take 5, unfortunately. We do have, I think, got about 4 creatures that can block flyers, and about 4 removal spells. But yeah, of course I'm running a 50-card deck, so I'm just that much more inconsistent. But I do like this deck. That was good fun. When it all came together the right way, like playing the Deathcap Marionette to trigger Descent on, I think it was Join the Dead, so I could kill the 6/6. That was good. In fact, I think I did a Fanatical Offering and drew Join the Dead, and then the next turn, yeah, played the Marionette so that it would get to give -10, -10. I can do fun things like that. We played the Lava-Tongue once. It got to do 3 damage, and well, it attacked and it did 5 damage, and it got blown up pretty quickly. But definitely threatening card your opponent has to deal with. Visage of Dread, we managed to turn that into the Osiosaur, but it had to. That was in game 1. I think it had to chump block basically, because my opponent had even bigger creatures than I did. He had the black enchantment that was adding a token in every end step, and that was going off every turn. And he had big creatures as well. So, yeah, game 1 was a bit of a nightmare, but the deck did pretty well after that. Gave a good account of itself. You could obviously trim it down to 40 cards if you're not scared of milling yourself to death. It's a bit more consistent. You're going to draw your good cards a bit more often. Your Chupacabra Echo, your Join the Deads and things. I think, yeah, the 10 extra cards I think it was actually, I went 3 lands and 7 cards, so, but it was still plenty of land. I'd probably drop the Queen's Bay Paladin, maybe one of the 4-drops, maybe 1 Spider or the Mycoid's. I do like the Mycoid making an army of fungus. Maybe you need 2 reach creatures, but maybe the Mycoid is, when you've got 2 Chupacabras and 2 Spiders, you might not need it. I think Another Chance was a card that came in. Acolyte of Aclazotz came in because of the Queen's Bay Paladin, because it's a vampire, but I think it is a good card because it does give you control over descent. You can sacrifice something when you need to descend that turn. Compass Gnome. Yeah, I think Visage of Dread came in. Just because this card can whiff potentially quite often. It's not that consistent, so I think you can cut that. Fungal Fortitude's a combat trick, so I always cut those. And I think the Fanatical Offerings are things that came in. Obviously, it's nice. It's a nice card draw card, but it's also an instant, and we're doing self-mill, so it's potentially 1 less permanent in the graveyard when I mill this off the top. So I think those are the things that came in. Probably the Greedy Freebooter as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah. Probably, 7 of those cards came in, so you can keep 1 of them. Probably Another Chance. That seems like a good one to keep. It lets you recycle potentially your Chupacabra. But yeah, my first attempt at a self-mill deck. I always liked this style of deck since Guilds of Ravnica had basically Undergrowth, which is another name for Fathomless Descent, except it only works with creatures in the graveyard. This Descent works with permanents in the graveyard. So yeah, it's quite fun to actually try that out again. Okay, I think that is a video, so thanks for watching.